But you guys got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. We are New Yorkers. You know, the amount of crying and whining and complaining because the Empire State Building for 3 hours yesterday was green and white to celebrate the Eagles getting to the Super Bowl is a joke. Is that how far we have fallen as New Yorkers, that we complain and cry about the Empire State Building having the color up that we don't like? Wah! It's green. Wah! Wah! What happened to you people? And you can attack me all you want for being out of touch. I ain't crying over the color of the Empire State Building, as stupid as it might be. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, kid?
Congratulations on your Eagles winning. I'm sure you're very happy.
I'm not happy. You know full well I didn't want the Eagles to win. I thought San Francisco was going to take care of business. But it's hard to win when you don't have a quarterback.
Every once in a while, you show your Philly love. You show it sometimes in weird ways and nondescript ways. And I think your defense of the Empire State Building.
It's not defense. It's like, get over it.
Well, look, the Empire State Building is a fraud building. It's been doing this forever. Remember when they put Astro colors up? Because they did.
Yeah.
Remember when they put the Eagles and the Patriots colors up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they did.
Right.
There was a story back in 2004. It was disproven that they put the Red Sox colors up after they won the World Series in 2004. So this is a traitorous building. It always has been.
I hate the Empire State Building. I've always hated it because they charge you an arm and a leg to go to the roof of the damn building. And then if you take the quote-unquote fast elevator, they bang you out for an extra $60 for that. It sucks.
They also opened up a hotel in the Empire State Building about 5 years ago, and they charge you like $1,300 a night.
That.
It ain't even that nice of a room.
Yeah, and by the way, the notion that the Empire State Building is like the I've heard a lot of this throughout the day today and read a lot of this throughout the day today, that it's like the representative building of New York City, and all New Yorkers love it. And when? Since when? 98% of New Yorkers have never been inside the Empire State Building. It is not a building that we go visit. It is not a building that we're so proud of. It's a building that charges you an arm and a leg, literally, to ride the elevator on it.
It's part of our logo, though. It's part of our identity.
I can't believe they made it green. Wah! Unbelievable.
Well, the thing I don't understand is why
you
today.
People.
Why yesterday was the anger? Again, this has been going on forever.
And by
like
the way,
Empire State Building is a whore. It sells itself out all the time.
That's not entirely true.
No, but
they charge for it.
I'm not saying they charge for it, but they have shown you in the past. These are real examples. I'm not making them up.
Right.
They put the Astros colors up after they won the World Series in 2017.
Yeah.
That's a true story. They put the Eagles and the Patriots, two rival teams, up when they faced each other in the Super Bowl. So I'm not angry about it, only because I already know they're traitorous.
And by the way,
it's been going on forever.
Like, did somebody actually lose sleep last night? Honey, I can't believe the Empire State Building was green for 3 hours. Oh, by the way, then turned red for the Kansas City Chiefs because the NFL filled out an application and the Empire State Building approved it that on this date in 2023, regardless of who won, they would honor the team that was representing the NFC, then the AFC in the Super Bowl by lighting it up that color.
Right.
It wasn't a pro-Philly thing, as dumb as that tweet might have been. Fine, it's a stupid tweet. But come on, guys. You're telling me your name is Anthony, you live in Staten Island, and you're that upset about the Empire State Building being green for 3 hours? What a baby you've become. Yuck. What happened to New York men and women that look like men? What has happened to you people? My people. I was born in New York City. I lived in the Bronx. I lived in New Rochelle. And if you had told me at any time in my life that hard-nosed, blue-collar New Yorkers were going to cry and whine and bitch and moan about the color of the Empire State Building, I would tell you not in my lifetime.
Well, your head is turning red right now, so you're crying and bitching and moaning about the people that are crying and bitching and moaning about the Empire State Building.
How about you are crying and whining and complaining.
How about just calmly saying it's stupid? I mean, is that
did
fair?
say that. I did, but I was attacked.
No. It's stupid to light up the Empire State Building for teams in other cities constantly. Can I say that? Is that allowed, or am I whining?
Who cares?
Well, you could say something without caring that much about it.
Just a bunch of lights for a couple hours. You can't even see it if you're not in New York City.
80% of the stuff you talk about, you don't care about. You're allowed
personally?
to. Yeah.
65%.
Exactly.
Close enough, though. Close enough.
You can say without screaming and yelling and pretending like you lost any sleep. I did not. That it's a traitorous building and it's stupid. I just said that. What's wrong with that?
Traitorous building. No, even that's a joke.
Why? You think the Astro colors should go up after 2017?
It wasn't about pro Philly. It was we've agreed because the NFL's king that will light the building up for a couple hours. So what?
You're not actually listening to what I'm saying. Just respond to it.
I did.
Is it okay to light up the colors for every random team that succeeds, like the Astros in 17, like the Patriots?
If they win a championship,
it's stupid.
Or get there.
Nah, I think it's dumb.
Yeah, but that's the point. Who cares? It's stupid.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not losing sleep over it, but it's stupid. What was funny to me yesterday is I saw the anger on it. And this is where, I sort of agree with you. It's weird. Sometimes I fully agree with you, but a lot of times it's like, yeah, kind of.
I think you agree with me, but argue with me anyway.
No. I don't. That's not true. I just don't think you understand what I'm saying, which is fine. I don't get why last night of all the nights was the night where it became a thing when this has been going on for a decade. Does that not make sense?
Because specifically it was Philadelphia.
Okay. Again. I want you to look at my mouth when I'm talking.
Yeah, I hear you.
There was a year when they lit it up for the Patriots and the Eagles at the same time.
Right.
Not just one rival, two rivals. So again, walk me through it like I'm 5.
Right.
Why was that not a bigger deal than last night? Why is last night the night where we all freak out?
The only answer is that I think the proliferation of social media and how much we pay attention to it. Not that it didn't exist 5 years ago, because it did, but now it's even bigger.
That's a fair answer.
Even a bigger part of our lives.
That's a fair answer.
But give me a break. We're New Yorkers. You think somebody walking the streets of the Bronx right now is upset that the Empire State Building is a certain color?
I'll tell you when they're upset.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is, though, if I may.
Sure.
Here's what we've created. We have created an uber-sensitive, I'm trying to be the wokest guy online, and I'm going to online.
No, you know what it is? And you've said this before. What's so different about our city, which I love, I still think it's the greatest city in the world with the flaws and all, is we're unlike any other city. We're unlike Kansas City. We're unlike Philadelphia. We're unlike Cincinnati, in which we all come together and root for the same team. We're a very split city. There's no other city in America that would have a building or something that represents it celebrate another city or team. And that's what sort of sucks. Does that not make sense to you? There's no other place in our great country. Like Chicago is not going to celebrate the success of New York. It's never going to happen. But yet we, as New York, maybe because we welcome everybody, whether you're in a different part of the world or a different city or a different state, you come to us. You want to drink our sweet nectar. We are like the beacon of hope around the world, and yet we celebrate everybody else, but no other city is going to celebrate us.
That's the beauty of us. That's exactly right. That we celebrate all types of people from different lands, race, creed, color, religion. That's what makes us special. But you people yelling and screaming and whining, wee, wee, wee. How about this? You know who should take this to heart? The New York Giants and the New York Jets. How about you figure out how to give us a winning franchise so we can light that bad boy up, giant blue or jet green? Dare I dream a dream worth dreaming? Me.
I once read we lit it up for the Phillies once to honor opening day. We have hoarded out the Empire State Building in such a crazy way over the years.
Well, not we have. They have.
The city.
They get thousands of applications, apparently. And for those of you that think it's a money deal, it's not. It's free. It doesn't cost you any money to get the building lit up.
But you don't have to say yes, bro.
No. They say no to thousands of applications.
They didn't say no to lighting it up for the Astros in 2017.
No, they said yes to that because they try to be hip. We know what sports is sports. And I went back and checked the last 3 years of lightings. On Nick opening day, Liberty opening day, Mets and Yankees.
Oh, yeah, it's common.
Subway Series.
Sometimes they do it based on if a run scores. Like when the Mets are playing the Yankees, they'll switch the lighting on who just scored. I've told you the story a long time ago. I DVR'd a Met Yankee game. I used to live in Long Island City, Queens, with a beautiful view of the Empire State Building. I drive home not wanting to know the results, and I look up at the Empire State Building, and it spoiled the game for me.
Yeah, it's like the new sports phone from 1983.
I was very angry at the Empire State Building that night. That was real anger, Craig.
Yeah.
That was real pissed offness.
Because they should have known that you would DVR the game, and
Well-
they shouldn't ruin it for guys like you who are going home after a failed Bumble date to watch the game from the first inning
That's right.
on.
Yes, I think that's a fair point.
And you know what the point of that little silly story is?
What's that?
Everyone's selfish about their own fandom.
That's right.
That's all it is. It's like, meanwhile, I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday, could they get more breaks? This is unbelievable. They're a very good team. Not saying they're not. A dominating line, a dominant run game. I give them all that. But it ain't hard to win a football game when the other team literally, this is not hyperbole, when the other team literally doesn't have a quarterback.
They scored 31 points.
You are never going to lose.
They scored 31 points.
Yeah, but that's a ridiculous number.
Why? They rushed for 148 yards. They rushed for 4 touchdowns.
You know that. When the other team can't do anything because they don't have a quarterback, of course you're going to run it up.
I disagree with you.
That's an inflated number. You know that.
Well, I think some of the numbers are inflated because they're running the ball up big, but it's a 7-7 game after McCaffrey runs for the touchdown, right?
Yep.
The San Francisco 49ers are not out of this game.
Nope.
They're not.
I'll tell you when they were out of it.
Because defensively, if they can play at the level we've seen them play and muck this game up and make it a rock fight, you got a chance to steal it. The difference is they couldn't get a stop on fourth down.
They had no
They
quarterback.
committed a brutal pass. No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about them on defense right now.
Yeah, but they were on
I'm
the
not even
field
mentioning that.
90 minutes.
No, hold on. It's a 7-7 game.
Go ahead.
McCaffrey just scored a touchdown.
Right.
The defense couldn't stop a fourth down.
Right.
Committed a brutal pass interference. Couldn't stop him on a third down. Had a brutal illegal contact, and it's 14-7. Boom.
Go ahead.
That has nothing to do with the quarterback.
Go ahead.
Then you got the bobbled snap.
Josh Johnson.
Which was Josh Johnson. Again, it's your fourth quarterback, but still, which sets the Eagles up to run 3 plays, and it's 21-7. So before you even realize the quarterback situation is as messy as it is, it's 21-7.
Yeah.
So I disagree with you. I agree with the aspect of course, once they're down to their third stringer or Purdy comes back in and he's not allowed to throw the football, they're dead.
Yes.
1,000%. The game's unwatchable.
Game is
the
over at
game's
21-7.
over. I wish they allowed Brock Purdy to at least try the ball and throw the ball downfield.
He couldn't.
Okay, then put someone in who can.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up, but I did the research on this morning. This pains me. And listen, they're probably going to lose it anyway, but there's a dude on San Francisco's roster. His name is Juwan Jennings. He's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Juwan Jennings came out of high school in the class of 2015. He enrolled at Tennessee originally as a quarterback, and then he got transferred over to wide receiver. Clearly, it was a good move because he's made it to the NFL, right?
Yeah.
Coming out of high school, he's a four-star recruit, good enough to go to the University of Tennessee. He was ranked by all the ranking companies that do that crap ahead of a guy named Lamar Jackson. He was ranked as a quarterback. He was ranked ahead of a guy named Sam Darnold as a quarterback, and he was ranked ahead of a guy you may have heard of named Joe Burrow as a quarterback. So the notion that San Francisco didn't have anyone else on their roster capable of at least pretending to be a quarterback, no one's suggesting this kid's going to come in and be a competent NFL quarterback. But the notion that they had no one on the roster capable of attempting to throw the ball is a joke, because they got a kid on the roster who can throw the ball. His name is Juwan Jennings. That being said, Philly's in. Kansas City, Cincinnati is in.
The other thing is, in the second half of this game, right after Purdy gets reinserted, the Eagles get the football at their own 8-yard line. This has nothing to do with the quarterback. Niner defense couldn't get off the field. 3rd and 2, couldn't get off the field. 3rd and 5, couldn't get off the field. Oh, wait, they're getting off the field. Roughing the passer.
Right.
Couldn't get off the field. So, obviously, as a fan who wanted the Niners to win and wanted the game to be entertaining, yeah, when you're down to a quarterback that can't throw, it ultimately eliminates you from the game. But let's not lose sight on how this game was won. The San Francisco 49er defense failed. It did. No, you can shrug all you want. They started at their own 9-yard line. Get off the field, bro. Stop them on 3rd down. Don't commit a roughing the passer penalty.
Well,
don't commit a late hurt on Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Excuse me?
They were very sloppy. That I will give you.
Okay, and even
Very
before
sloppy.
that, before they're in the spot where the quarterback can't throw, it's 21-7. The Niner defense failed. This game wasn't over. They could have made this a muck. They could have made it a mess. They didn't. They committed brutal penalties, and they failed. So I would love to just bash Philadelphia. This doesn't even count. What a joke. I watched the game.
Yeah.
The Niner defense failed, man. It wasn't just the quarterback. That's too simplistic to look at this game that way.
I'm sorry to disagree with you on a Monday. You know I love you
What's
very
the
much.
disagree? I just laid it out for you.
You cannot minimize the impact of not having a quarterback.
What was the score?
From the end of the first quarter on.
No. So you're saying the game ended when Purdy got hurt?
Yes, of course it did.
So Josh Johnson's a real quarterback, or not a real quarterback?
No.
Okay.
10 years, 14 teams. He's not a real quarterback. You know that.
I'm not minimizing.
I agree with you to a point.
Okay, thank you.
Specifically after the Johnson fumble, where at least hold him to a field goal, go into the locker room. Best case scenario, of course, it's 14-7.
It's that drive, but it's also the drive prior to that after McCaffrey tied the game up. They couldn't stop him on 3 straight third downs on a 4th down and committed 3, I should say, brutal penalties.
I'll give you that too.
That happened.
Yeah, but
the
that's
Niner
not the end of the game
defense.
there.
I'm not saying it's the end of the game. Then the Eagles get the ball at their own 8-yard line. What a perfect opportunity.
Sure.
3 and out, you'll get great field position.
Sure.
The Eagles went 91 yards, bro.
I'm with you.
This is the Niner defense we heard about all year.
But
this is the elite defense.
I would say this. They were very sloppy. They committed really stupid penalties. But when you don't have a quarterback, it's a wrap.
That has nothing to do with their defense sucking
it does.
on
You're
those.
on the field more.
No, but not in the second half.
The entire second half.
No. The drive I'm talking about.
Good.
They were on the defense. The defense was on the field for 3 plays in the second half before the drive I just mentioned happened. So you're wrong. I'm sorry. That's just not true.
I'm not going to minimize not having a quarterback.
I'm not minimizing it. I'm pointing out that the defense.
The world goes around. You think that. I think this.
No, but I'm just presenting facts that counter your facts.
I mean, you also sat here and yelled and screamed at me last week, which is why you have an apology. No, I'm going to do it because I don't like when you preach to me and you talk down to me, Evan Roberts.
What was that?
All right. They're going to blow them out.
I don't remember saying that.
Going to blow them out.
Did I say that?
Cincinnati's going to blow them out. Kansas City's not even going to be in this game. Going to blow them out.
Wait, hold on. I think I have an answer. Let me try this.
Yeah.
The referees. That doesn't work.
So everybody else is saying. And by the way, you cannot make the argument that the referees should not have called that penalty on the Isaiah kid, or how do you pronounce it? Osai kid, pardon me, on Mahomes. You can yell and scream about all the other non-calls if you want. The Mahomes is 7 yards out of bounds.
He's not 7
when
yards
he pushes him into the bench.
It's a penalty, though, by the way. I'm not arguing with you, but he's not.
It's a penalty all day, every day.
You don't have to change the
7
reaction.
yards, I counted it.
He was not 7 yards.
You can look at it.
It was not.
That wide white mark is 7 yards long.
I froze it, okay? I'll show it to you.
Freeze it.
I did.
There's the thick white and then the little white. The thick white is a 7-yard stripe.
He's 6 inches out of bounds. Look
at that.
That's my picture.
That's not representative of anything right there.
No. In all seriousness, you are right. That's a penalty.
Of course,
but
it is.
I think you'd admit the old Jim Ross call after like a heel would be about to win a championship. He would scream at the top of his lungs, "Not like this." Not like this, as Triple H would cover and win the championship.
This is a wrestling thing.
Yeah, it's a wrestling reference.
Yeah.
Not like this. You're right, it's a penalty. You're right, they should have called it. I don't think anyone outside of a diehard Chief fan or a gambler, I admit that, wanted to see that football game and like that. Not like this. And I'm not blaming anybody because you're right. That's a call you make 9 out of 10 times. But did you want to see the AFC Championship game end that way?
I mean, I was happy Kansas City wanted to shut Cincinnati up, to be honest.
Just take a step back from that,
I would have preferred that Mahomes get one more pass, complete it 10 yards down the field, go out of bounds since they had no timeouts, and then with 1 second left, have Butker kick the winning field goal. But at the end of the day, don't matter to me. I'm happy Cincinnati lost. Screw them. And then their douchey mayor, who's shows again that politicians should stick to politics and let us men handle everything else.
Yeah, the mayor certainly got an earful, that's for sure.
Yeah, he got called a jabroni.
He did.
By Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce cut a rock promo on the mayor of Cincinnati. And the Bengals blew the game, much like I'm ripping the Niner defense. Watch this. I'm equal opportunity. You get the football back with 8 minutes to go in a tie game at Burrowhead Stadium. And Joe Burrow throws an interception. Now, granted, it was like a punt, but he throws an interception. Your defense, after committing a brutal pass interference, gets off the field. Joe Burrow has the football with 2.5 minutes to go. Yes, it's his own 6-yard line, but he's got the football. Win the game.
Right.
Go win the game.
And by the way, everybody thought they were going to win the game.
Go win the game. And how about this? I'm
and
not
then
done
Chris
yet.
Jones said, not on my watch.
And Chris Jones, to his credit, played a hell of a game. Burrow got sacked a bunch of times. But that's not it. Here's the other thing on where the Bengals lost this game. So now you're punting it away to Sky Moore with 30 seconds to go. How about on special teams, which can win games and can lose games, you don't let Sky Moore take it back 27 yards?
Reminded me of the Jet Patriot game in Foxborough. You kick a line drive kick right down the center of the field. Like, I mean, I know the guy had troubles earlier this year. Can you try to kick it out of bounds or at least to a side?
You can't let
right down the center
an electric player have the opportunity because, Craig, yeah, we'll go nuts about the penalty or should it be called one, whatever. They were set up at midfield. Well, why were they set up at midfield? They were set up at midfield, and you can blame Chrisman. You can blame just special teams in general. They allowed Sky Moore to take it back 30 yards.
Right.
So
That's
Joe
right.
Burrow, I love the guy still, but Craig, Joe Burrow, twice.
Yep.
Ball in his hands, chance to win the game.
I agree.
Twice.
I agree.
Sky Moore, 30 yards. Those things have to happen for that penalty to even be a factor in this.
Yeah. By the way, I agree 100%. We're in lockstep on that. Listen, we got a lot to do from the color of the Empire State Building to both games yesterday. We'll get all your calls.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing.
Yeah.
This one really pissed me off, and
course.
I don't want to forget a play.
Go.
On the play that kind of set up like the first down from the Cincy 39, and then there were like 2 incomplete passes or a loss of a yard, and then the big play, you had Pacheco missing, I think he like avoided 4 tackles. That may have been a different
That was
drive.
on the left sideline. It was the
Remember
second
that
to
play?
last drive.
Okay, so that wasn't
Yeah.
a drive that killed him. But that was another one.
Yeah.
Can you tackle the guy?
Yep. And he broke out of that tackle on the left side and gained like an extra 10 yards up that left sideline. Yeah.
Bengals lost
Yep.
the game, Craig.
Listen, Bengals had every opportunity to win that game. 100% agree.